Hey, beautiful. See you. Oh my goodness, that felt so nostalgic. It felt good too. If you know, you know. When I first started doing videos, that was my tagline. I even had t-shirts made that said, "Hey, beautiful, I see you," because I wanted to acknowledge your presence and to tell you that I valued you and I see you. Because in this fast-paced world where we're going about the business of doing our business, you can often feel unseen. And so I came up with that to just say welcome. And I want to welcome you to Shero Coffee and Conversations. My name is Melissa. I am the creator and the CEO of the Shero Coffee Club, where our mission is to keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated. I do hope you are drinking your Shero coffee from the Shero Coffee Club today. But yes, we always start off this program with a coffee fact. And this week's coffee fact is a salute to Brazil. But you know what? Before I get into that, I want to acknowledge the Army had a birthday this week. And I also want to acknowledge that Women Veterans Recognition Day was also this week. Hey, what did I tell you? June is the month of endless opportunities and possibilities. I had a great day on the Army's birthday, and I also had a great day celebrating Women Veterans Recognition Day. It was great. But back to our coffee fact. Again, a salute to the country of Brazil for being the world's leading coffee producers. And when I say they produce coffee, I mean they produce coffee, you guys. Brazil has an excellent environmental conditions for the coffee tree. Now, you know, last week I told you that sometimes I just can't remember. I don't know which camera to look at. It's easy to look at me because I feel like it's a conversation. So just forgive me if I switch from here to here because it's like it's almost like what do I do with my hand? It's like, what do I do with my eyes? Where should I be looking? So forgive me for that. But back to Brazil. Brazil has great environmental conditions that are ideal for growing um, the coffee trees. Now, last week I told you that the cherry coffee tree, it is a fruit, right? Do you know that Brazil has over 6 billion of those trees? My goodness, it's like coffee. They can produce coffee forever. And I think they've been the leading world's producer. If I remember the fact, I think they've been the leading world's producer for like 100 and over 150 years, the world's leading producer of coffee. But yes, salute to Brazil. And then another fact, another little fact is the state within the country, the state of Minas Gerais. Minas Gerais. I told you to do something last week. Let's find out where the state of Minas Gerais is within the country of Brazil, because that is where 50% of the country's coffee is produced. So Minas Gerais is probably just all about coffee. So yeah, find out where that is in the country of Brazil. So yes, a shout out and a salute to Brazil for being the world's leading coffee producer. Now, the conversation or the title of this week's subject is closed mouths don't get fed. You might have heard it from a couple of movies. The Players Club is what no, she didn't say closed mouths don't get fed. She said something else. Oops. But anyway, closed mouths do not get fed because if I've got my mouth closed, I cannot receive. So I was having a conversation about that this week, and I thought this would be like really interesting to share with those of you who watch us every Sunday here on the Shero Coffee Club. And the question was, why are people afraid to ask? And I did a slide presentation for it. Let me just show you. That's the second slide. Why are people afraid to ask? And so I just want to go to Patrick Bet David. Of course, you guys know he is my YouTube mentor. I absolutely love his business brilliance. And I love the fact that he is an Army veteran. I am currently, and I brought this book on purpose, I'm currently reading his book, Your Next Five Moves. Now he has since I think he came out with a book this year or last year. He's recently written more books, but I'm learning to master the art of business strategy. So I'm reading his book, Patrick Bet David, but he also has a ton of videos. And it so happens that the conversation I had, I was able to pull him up and find that he did a video on why people are afraid to ask. Now he gives you 12, but I'm only going to give you five because I'll only spend a little time with you. I don't want to take up most of your day. I'm just grateful that you're here. And I'm going to take another sip. But I pick out the 5 reasons why I think that people are afraid to ask. And in a world of takers, oh my goodness, we cannot be afraid to ask. And especially as an entrepreneur, you cannot, I'll say that one more time. You cannot afford not to ask. So you cannot be afraid. But here are the top 5. One, it shows weakness. If you have the one thing that they tell you that I learned about being an entrepreneur, you got to take the masks off because you can't run a business and have this facade at the same time. It's really hard to have a facade and run a successful business, I guess, unless you've got all these handlers that are handling you. But the first thing, it shows weakness. And if you're putting on a facade of I'm perfection, or have you ever heard of the phrase, some of you may have not, I'm a strong black woman, I don't need this, I don't need that. Asking anybody for anything when you're putting off this image of perfection or strong, then that could appear as weak. But guess what? No one is perfect and we all have weak moments. So it's okay. Don't be afraid to ask. The second is the fear of rejection. Oh, in business, you're going to get rejected a lot. It's so funny. Like when I'm out vending, someone will come up to the table. They know they don't drink coffee. They're just interested. That's fine because you might want to learn about the veteran women. You might want to learn about the uh, women instead of coffee. But in the end, when I do the ask, would you like to buy? And it's no, because usually they don't drink coffee, and that's fine. The second follow question I had, well, do you know someone? Because this is a beautiful gift, and you can definitely support a veteran woman-owned business, and pay it forward to someone else who doesn't drink coffee. But I still get the no because I know that a coffee drinker. Because in the United States alone, there are over 100 million coffee drinkers, I being one. So I know you know somebody that drink coffee. So you can just buy a bag and then, pay it forward, like I said. But when it comes to fear of rejection, you cannot afford to have that fear. And I always think of it like the supermodel syndrome. So when you see the Elle magazines, the Vogues, the Sports Illustrated, unless they're a movie star, but I'm sure they get rejected a lot as well. I just think of the supermodels and what they had to go through to be able to one day grace the covers and I really think of Tyra Banks when I think of that, what she had to go through in her journey to grace the covers of the Sports Illustrated and the different magazines that she's been on the cover of because they hear it all the time. You're too tall. You're too short. You're too fat. I mean, you talk about they are always getting rejected. But guess what? They work through those rejections because their vision is bigger than this current rejection. So you have to have that same supermodel energy. And then you can see that they've graced the covers of these magazines and their vision has come to life. But it did you there's incremental prices at every level. So I just imagine what the supermodel has to go through. So that's why we have to overcome our fear of rejection, especially if you are an entrepreneur. The next thing, don't like owing favors. Oh my goodness. Networking is big, you guys. And guess what? Quid pro quo is very much alive because guess what? Everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it. Yep, that's a Trick Daddy quote. Absolutely. And you might have to do someone a favor in order to get where you want to go. And there's nothing wrong with that. Finding that reciprocity. So you might be the type of person that don't like owing favors, so you're afraid to ask because it's all fear. It's all fear, no matter how you put it. If you're not asking, it's fear based somewhere. You just need to dig deep enough to find out where it resides in you. And then the next thing is you don't want to be seen as needy. That makes sense because no one wants to be seen as being needy. But God forbid if you need something. And guess what? We all need something. I read in the second grade there was a book. It says people need people, and I've never forgot that. No man is an island, and people need people. So it's not needy. You need help. Everybody needs help. And then the last one is they don't know how to ask for help. So when you get people like this, and I think I was that person before, because what you would do is this is how you would cover it up. You'd offer help instead of asking for the help you need, which is I know it's kind of really weird, but you just put yourself out there. I can assist, I can support, I can help, I can assist, but you have needs. So instead of taking care of your needs, you're out taking care of someone else's needs. I'm not like that anymore. I have no fear of showing weakness, rejection, don't like owing people favors. I have no problem with that. I don't want to be seen as needy. If you think it is, then it's what it is because guess what? What you think of me is none of my business. And then the last one is I not knowing how to ask for help. That one used to be really true for me. But guess what? If you ask me now, how can I help? I have an answer for you because you cannot you cannot grow your business if you are afraid to ask for help. So here are 5 things um, that I had as to why people are afraid to ask for help, and you might have your own. But let me let you know the reason why I can't let fear stop me. And there are 3 things I came up with. I had a mission, and I told it to you earlier. It's to keep the world caffeinated and women veterans celebrated. I believe in that mission. So I cannot let fear stop me from attaining or going on the journey of that mission. I just can't do it. And one thing I realize is that I cannot do it alone. No man is an island. And if you want to be successful, you have to network. You have to make great connections in order to grow. It's just really weird that you would be afraid to ask, but you have a mission that you need to do and you have to realize that you can't do it alone. As you can see, as you look at this slide, there's my 25-meter target right there. Sunday, September 8th at 1 p.m., Shero Uncorked celebration. I want to bring 80 people together to celebrate using their good thoughts only to celebrate the service and sacrifice and achievement of veteran women. I want Shero Uncorked to be one of their most fun events that they attended in the year of 2024. That's what I wanted to be for our veterans. One of the most fun events they attended for 2024. They felt they felt seen, they felt acknowledged, they felt connected, and that's what I want to bring them. So, in order to achieve at that level, I realized that I cannot do it alone. I need people. People need people. Remember that book I told you about? And then lastly, hey, I believe in myself and my vision. Yep, I sure do. So whatever fear comes up, I gotta give it the Heisman or however that Heisman thing goes. I gotta give it the Heisman because fear will keep you right where you are. and and Shero Coffee Club is too big of a mission inside me to just stay right here. The vision I have for Shero Coffee Club in 5 years, oh, it's so amazing. And I believe in myself and I believe in that vision and I know it can be done. So those are some reasons why I won't let fear stop me. What are some of your reasons that you absolutely will not let fear stop you and you're going to do what you have to do? So think about that. And then the last thing, now that I said that, here's the ask. Yes, you know it had to be coming up, right? Oh, scared of you. I am not scared of you. So here's my ask. I need you. If you're watching this video, I need you. I need you to support as a sponsor Shero Uncork 2024. Go ahead, let me put that ticker down there. So you can get the tickets on Eventbrite. But if you don't plan on attending, here's what I need you to do. I need you to place an ad in our program ad book. You can promote your business and let these women veterans know that you are out here and you are supporting them in their celebration of themselves. Again, you can, that's one way. Now that's $40. Now, I thought this slide was pretty cool, but I see it's cut off. It's cut off a lot. It's a bottle of wine. So let me tell you, the reason why it's called Shero Uncork is because we safely and in a fun way un- uncork the bottles of wine, and it's not a tasting. You just go up, you tell them which bottle you want them to pour from, and they'll pour it for you. But we do it in a fun and a safe way. Now, before we even start, because it's a whole ceremony, it's a wine ceremony. We get started and we get those bottles cracking. Um, Before that's done, if you want to be recognized at the event, whether your name or your business name, you can host a bottle of wine for $25. A bottle of wine for $25. You can host a bottle and have your and be recognized and have your name mentioned at the event. That sounds good to me. And the prices are very, very reasonable. And then the last one is ultimately you can sponsor a veteran. So you would buy a ticket for the event, not for yourself, but for a veteran. And so let me tell you what we do. I have a text list. So if you let me give you, if you are a woman veteran and you are not on my text list, I want you to text Shero to 312-608-8110. Text Shero to 312-608-8110. That way, when we have sponsors who pay for tickets, I will open up a buy one, get one free. I will open up free tickets. I did that this week. I did that in honor of women veterans recognition. We stayed open. We opened up the Eventbrite space with free tickets. And so every time you sponsor a ticket, a veteran woman gets to attend for free. Ultimately, because you have to remember, Shero Coffee Club is not a nonprofit organization. We support nonprofits through scholarships, through free coffee, and a number of things. But we are not a nonprofit organization. So when you sponsor a veteran, you are helping us provide free tickets for veterans to attend. Eventually, we are going to get to the space where this becomes a free event. I got my eye on that Gary Sinise Foundation. I think it's something we can do, but that is part of my vision. So I have to go through these little steps that I have to go through in order to get there. This will be a fully sponsored event at an incredible place. I mean, just to blow you out of the water type place. I believe in Shero Coffee Club, and I'm asking you to become a sponsor and supporter. And there is nothing wrong with the ask. All right. And I think I have one more slide here. We're going to call it a day. Of course, ultimately, I want you to go to our website. I want you to go to the website to just check out some of the videos that we have on there. I want you to go to our website to maybe perhaps purchase coffee if you like. And I want you to go to website to sign up for our email listing because if you're on the email list yesterday, you know that we talked of what we talked about in our blog. I won't give it away because I want to encourage you to go and sign up for the email. But that is it. Let me hide that. That is it. Closed mouths do not get fed. I've just asked. I've just showed you what you can do. All you have to do is go to our Eventbrite page, go to the add-ons, and boom, you are now a Shero Uncorked supporter. That's it. And guess what? It all costs a total of, if you were to get, I'm going to go back. It's like $115 if you do all 3, but I'm not asking you to do all 3. I'm asking you to just do 1. That's it. That's it. I thank you for your time. I hope you have a great Sunday, and I will see you next week with some more Shiro coffee and conversations. And as always, be brilliant, be you, be blessed. I'll see you guys next week. It's been a blast.